Welcome to episode 11 of LinguaFox, your shortcut to fluent speech. I'm Abbas Salahshour, and today we are tackling one of the biggest struggles for English learners. Why do native speakers talk so fast? And more importantly, how can you finally understand them without getting overwhelmed or lost? Let's dive in. First things first, native speakers are not always talking faster than normal. It just sounds fast because of three things. 1. Connected speech. Words blend together. What are you doing becomes what you doing. 2. Reduced forms. Going to becomes gonna. Want to becomes wanna. And 3. Intonation and rhythm. English has a musical flow that skips over less important words. Let's do a quick demo. Slow version, I am going to go to the store. Fast version, I'm going to go to the store. It's not your ears. It's how the language is naturally spoken. Once you know what to expect, it gets easier. Stop translating and start predicting. Here's a game-changing tip. Don't try to understand every word. Instead, focus on keywords, such as subjects, verbs, and objects. Use context. What's the topic? What's the goal of the sentence? Predict meaning. Your brain is faster than you think. Use it to fill in the blanks. Here's a practice tip. Watch a fast-paced show with subtitles on first, then off. Try to guess the next phrase before it's spoken. Train your ear with real English. In fact, to understand fast speech, you need to listen to fast speech. Textbooks won't help here. Here's what will. Podcasts, like this one, or my second new podcast, A Light of Joy, or any other podcast that you would like to listen to. TV shows and vlogs, especially with native speakers in everyday situations. And shadowing. Repeat after the speaker at full speed, not slowly. Here's a challenge for you. Pick one 1-minute clip from a YouTube video. Pause. Repeat after the speaker. Try to match their speed, tone, and rhythm. And as always, please record yourself. That's the only way you can keep track of your change. Learn the most common reductions. If you know what to listen for, fast speech becomes more predictable. Here are some must-know reductions. Did you transforms into did you. Don't know becomes don't know. Let me becomes lemme. Give me becomes gimme. Going to becomes gonna. But what I want you to avoid is to memorize them. Please don't do it, because these should be used in practical, meaningful situations. Please don't just memorize these things. Try to identify these phrases and expressions when you're watching a series, when you're listening to a podcast. Please try to identify these reduced forms, because that's one of the only ways, or better put, the only way to learn these reduced forms more naturally and more meaningfully and more practically. Also, try to create your own sentence using each of them. Say it slow first, then say it again like a native speaker in a reduced form. For example, did you see that movie? Did you see the movie? Try to think of this long sentence as one long word and say it like a word. Also, what you need to understand after all is that confidence beats speed. What does that even mean? In fact, the goal isn't to understand every single word. The goal is to catch enough to respond naturally and keep the conversation going. Listen for meaning, not perfection, not individual words. Train consistently with real English, authentic materials like podcasts, the news, TV series, and stuff like that. and repeat fast phrases until they feel natural. And the final practice: record a 20-second voice note. Speak as slowly and as clearly as possible. Enunciate every word, meaning pronounce every word as clearly as possible. And then record yourself. Or read a text out loud, but imagine you're reading that text to someone who's 5 years old or 6 years old, and you want to make sure that they understand every single word clearly. And always keep in mind that fluent speech is not just about speed. It's about flow, rhythm, and confidence. So, your challenge this week is choose a short native speaker clip. Shadow it every day. Don't slow it down. Rise up to its rhythm. You learn perfectly well when you do not simplify the challenging task, but instead, you try to toughen up yourself and prepare yourself to meet the requirements of that challenging task. That's the only way to learn, and that's the only way to stay strong. If this episode helped you, share it with a friend who's struggling with fast English. And don't forget to follow LinguaFox for more no-fluff language strategies. That's it for today. Until next time, stay safe.